What is going on, guys? Willis Gaming here. We are back again with another Destiny 2 video. So in this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you probably the top weapons you want to be bringing into the Forsaken DLC. I did this ages ago with the Taken King and stuff like that. I normally do this a lot before the DLCs as well. People are confused on what loadouts they want to be using, and yeah, in this video I'm just going to be showing you the loadout I'll be bringing, and maybe you can copy it if you'd like. But before we begin the video, guys, obviously you know I'm still running the giveaway for the gaming chair and PS4 limited edition. All you have to do to enter is leave a like on this video, leave a comment, and you can go enter through the giveaway link in the video description. It's at the top of the video description. It takes literally 5 seconds to enter, and you can potentially win yourself a PS4 and a gaming chair, courtesy of Zeus. But with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. So I'm on PC now, on the Destiny PC version. I did make the switch from PlayStation 4 a while back, so I do not have every single item I did have on PlayStation 4. So obviously if some guns are missing, I will mention that, but I have managed to acquire most of my loadout and what I have been using, and obviously with the release of the Black Spindle and stuff like that, I have acquired them and stuff like that. So let's just go over my kinetics, my specials, and my heavies, and I'll tell you why I'm going to be bringing them in and why I think they're probably the best in the game. So let's just start off with the kinetics here. The origin story. I know a lot of people like this auto rifle. It's a very all-round good auto rifle. It has sick perks. You got obviously the Rampage, which is insane on any weapon, where you can stack damage up to 3 times every time you get a kill. You get like extra damage, and it's just awesome. Me myself, I don't use it that much, but I know a lot of people on my friends just use it, and obviously I didn't want to just cut it out because I know people are like, Willis, why didn't you put origin story? But I might start using it more. We will see, because obviously you know when Forsaken comes out, you're going to get random rolls, and you may even get better rolls than this. You may even get Rampage and another perk, which will be pretty nuts. So next we got the Huckleberry. This is a very underrated submachine gun. A lot of people don't know the power of this weapon. It has Rampage, obviously. It's insane. With the Lunafaction boots, this is awesome because you can pretty much fire forever. If you didn't know, the exotic perk pretty much makes it, increases the rate of fire while you're holding down the trigger, and obviously kills with the weapon will reload a portion of the magazine. It's a really, really good ad clearance submachine gun, and you should definitely try and get one if you haven't already, or visit Zer, try for that engram, and just try and get it. So the Midnight Coup, finally, probably one of my favorite weapons in the game. It's a hand cannon, which drops in the raid, obviously. Literally, this is the only weapon I wanted on PC for like the longest time, and it was not dropping, and Benedict wasn't selling it, and he finally sold it one day, and I finally got it. So yeah, it's got Outlaw, and obviously you got Rampage. Any gun with Rampage is just nuts. Like, the amount of damage you can output with Rampage is just awesome. But yeah, Midnight Coup, probably one of the best hand cannons in the game. Next we got the Better Devils. Now this is a decent PvP hand cannon. It's good, I like it. It's obviously got that explosive payload. It doesn't obviously have Rampage, but it is a really, really good gun compared to the Midnight Coup. I think it has a bit more impact, so it does hit a tiny bit harder, but obviously because the Midnight Coup has Rampage, you can make it do more damage. And obviously this has explosive payload, which is good in PvP if you want to do splash damage on enemy players and stuff like that. But I haven't been using it that much. I've just been sticking to my Midnight Coup. And yeah, let's move on to energy weapons. So Valkyrin, this is my favorite auto rifle in the game, just because the reason I found that this was actually my favorite one, because when we were doing the raid one time, I can't remember who I was doing it with, but it said use the Valkyrin for the orb phase or the skull phase when you're getting skulls, and pretty much if you just hip fire with this, you can pretty much hit like insane amount of skulls, and it's just awesome. Like I think it performs better than the Cold Heart, which is pretty nuts considering it's an auto rifle, but it's a really high rate of fire, 720 rounds per minute auto rifle, and I love this weapon. It's got under pressure, fluid magwell, ACRIUS rounds, and obviously all this hoo-ha. I didn't masterwork it because yeah, I might change the masterwork because I'm not actually sure what perks you can get on auto rifles. Anyway, let's move on to the pulse rifle. Inaugural address, very, very good pulse rifle. This has god rolls. You got Outlaw, Kill Clip, and I don't think this has Rampage. No, this doesn't have Rampage. But I used to use this a lot in the raid back in the day. It was pretty good for the new raid as well, Spire of Stars, when I didn't have a good gun. It's in Void right now. You can pretty much put it in any element you want, but I like to use it in Void. I was using this on Argos actually for one of the rotations for the week. It's really, really good. Definitely love it a lot. Next, the Conspirator. This sounds weird, but I was using this a lot in PvP. This thing like shreds in PvP. I may just be a complete freaking noob, but on PC, this thing is nuts. I love it. It's got Dragonfly. You got full automatic when you just hold down the trigger, and you've got Ambitious Assassin. I really like using this in PvP. In PvE, it's really good as well for killing Minotaurs at long range, because obviously I put the Void on it. Obviously you've got the raid pick, which is here, the lightweight frame, really, really awesome. Next, moving on, we've got the Oculus SMG. This is a really good ad clearance SMG as well. The thing that makes it good is you've actually obviously got threat detector, increased reload stability handling when enemies are in close proximity, so you can pretty much like instant reload it when you get kills with it. You've got disruption break. Breaking an enemy's shield with this weapon makes them more vulnerable to kinetic precision damage for a brief period of time. So if you actually break this shield and then switch to your kinetic, it's really nuts. And obviously you got the aggressive frame, high damage, high recoil, deals bonus damage at close range. I like to use it in Void just for Minotaurs and stuff like that. So next we've got the Banana SR4, whatever you want to call it. This is my favorite scout rifle. It used to be on console, just because of obviously it has explosive payload. It's got that lightweight frame, really, really good, and I think it was like the best archetype at the time. It was definitely a hard hitter. Unfortunately, I cannot add the Future War Cult Scout to my collection yet because I did not do any of the faction rallies yet on PC, so I was very unfortunate not to get it, so that sucks. I don't think there's any more faction rallies until Forsaken or whatever, so guess I'm not getting that. But we got the Risk Runner next. This actually took a shine in the recent Black Spindle. I keep calling it Black Spindle. Whisper of the Worm run. This helped a lot for clearing ads. Surprisingly, a lot of the enemies did arc damage, so if you didn't know, if you take arc damage, your gun gets turned into this freaking machine, and all of your bullets will chain to nearby enemies and just basically melt them. I really like that Bungie did a rework on all of the exotics. It was definitely needed a ton. Now let's finish up with the heavies. I may do armor in another video and stuff like that, what armor I'm going to be using, but I'm going to be playing all classes, so it's going to be equal for each class, I guess. So yeah, let's just start off with the Whisper of the Worm. This is probably like, yeah, probably one of the most challenging guns at the moment to get, just because it requires a certain public event on IO. I did a video on this if you want to go check it out. I'm still working on getting the Blighted Essence upgrade, but got a few ornaments. This thing's pretty nuts with the white nail pick. It pretty much generates ammo if you get 3 headshots in a row, which hands down makes it the best sniper in the game. Free ammo, I'll take that, yes please. The Oculus shotgun took me around 42 runs on PC to finally get this to drop. And this was actually on the week that it was like 3 different rotating weapons, so it did make it a bit harder, I guess. Obviously you've got the threat detector, rapid fire, trench barrel, which makes this thing shine. Pretty much after you melee an enemy, this thing gains increased damage, and you have a longer damage fall off, I guess, which is pretty awesome. Try and get this. I'm not actually sure what the weapon is this week on Escalation Protocol, but if you can get this before Forsaken, get it, because I doubt Bungie are going to nerf stuff anymore. Legend of ACRIUS shotgun. This is definitely a hidden gem. Really, really good shotgun. Is it better than the Kalos? Probably not, but it does output a shit ton of damage in a short amount of time, so it may shine in Forsaken. We have no idea. I still need to upgrade mine to get 2 bullets. Working on that currently. The Sleeper Simulant. I recently just got this Sleeper Simulant, finished the quest line. It's a good gun to have. I haven't used it much. As you can see, it's still 3, 4, 5. But I know that for a fact this thing hits a ton. I had it on a PlayStation. Definitely try and finish the storyline if you haven't already. It's a really good linear fusion rifle. More snipers. We've got the D.A.R.C.I, a really insane arc sniper rifle. The perk is just pretty nuts. When they reworked it, it does a ton more damage. Thing looks nuts. Definitely pick up the D.A.R.C. if you haven't. The Oculus Sniper. This is actually really good. This is pretty much a legendary version of the D.A.R.C. So if you want to basically do like a loadout like this, This is pretty much the D.A.R.C. This thing is pretty awesome as well. It has pretty much box breathing as well, which is nuts. It's a really, really good sniper. Like the sound, they reworked the sound on this thing and it just sounds crazy. But it's a really high tier sniper. You definitely want to pick it up. It is on par with the D.A.R.C. It's pretty awesome. Next, we got the WARDCLIFF COIL. I like using this a lot in PvP. Call me a noob, but this thing just clears out people. Like, mad scientist, this weapon fires a volley of rockets. Obviously, you know that. When you pick up heavy, you don't have to reload. And it just melts adds. Like, it melts bosses. You can one-phase bosses in the raid with it. An all-around insane ad clear boss melter. You all know the WARDCLIFF. It was pretty much the Galahorn of the time when we first saw it in Destiny 2. Next we've got the Curtain Call. If you're lacking a decent rocket launcher, try and just spam some strikes, level up Zavala, try and get this Curtain Call to drop. You can get it from engrams, I'm pretty sure, as well. It's a really good rocket if you don't have the Sins of the Past like me yet. Sins of the Past is a raid rocket, and it's extremely good. And then finishing up, we've got the Tractor Cannon. I'd call this like a support-based weapon, but in PvP, this thing is pretty broken. And in PvE, it's just nuts for melting bosses. Tractor Cannon, and then follow up with a lot of void attacks, and you can melt bosses in seconds. Escalation Protocol bosses as an example. But yeah, that's pretty much all the weapons I'm going to be bringing into Forsaken. If there's any weapons I missed, make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what class you guys are going to be playing. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, guys. I'm going to bring you guys daily content when Forsaken drops, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you have them notifications turned on. This has been Willis Gaming, guys. I will see you in my next video, and peace.